Hi everyone, this is Vikax. Today I will show you a top 5 AAA games that can easily run on a low-budget gaming PC like mine. We are talking about a reasonable FPS like 30 plus or at least a stable gaming experience. I currently have a Ryzen 3 3200G with 8GB of RAM on single channel, and the games run smooth on low to medium settings, only using the integrated graphics card. If you just bought your new cheap gaming PC, you should try this games. Let's get started. Number 1. DMC, Devil May Cry, a reboot of the franchise launched in 2013. DMC is a hack-and-slash game where the protagonist Dante, a half-angel half-demon, must stop the demon invasion through the help of a group of resistance fighters led by his twin brother Virgil to defeat a demon called Mundus. The fast-paced combat is fluid and stylized with a large amount of complex combos and interesting weapons and abilities. The constant changing environment and the visual effects are really detailed even in low settings. The weakest point on this game may be the boss fights. Compared to normal enemies, it's really easy to defeat them, especially if you use the vital stars to regenerate health. I recommend to play this game on Nephilim difficulty if you want a challenge. Also use a controller, it will be much easier and more comfortable than playing on a keyboard. Number 2. Crysis 3, and yes, it can run smoothly with a Ryzen 3 on low settings without any problems. This first-person shooter game published by Electronic Arts takes place inside a large nanodome, covering a rainforest mixed with destructed buildings. A post-apocalyptic place where once was New York. The story is focused on Prophet, a nanosuit holder who is on a quest to take revenge of the Alpha Ceph, the leader of the Ceph alien race. The nanosuit runs of a regenerating energy source. When consumed, let you access special abilities like health regeneration, super strength and high jump. But mainly cloak, which is useful to escape from dangerous situations or take down enemies silently in the battlefield using the bow or melee, and the boosted armor to go directly on enemy gunfire. You still need to take breaks and replenish the suit energy consumed when these powers are being active. Additional suit powers can be unlocked through the game's story mode, but only 4 can be used at a time, so you need to consider which of these may be effective in your style of playing. You also have a visor that can be used to hack devices and scan points of interest, but more important to keep an eye on the enemy positions and check their state of awareness. Although is an easy game, overall Crysis 3 is a great FPS game with bunch of weapon customization, open levels to explore and a great story, so check it out. On number 3 we have Hitman Absolution. This is a third-person stealth-focused game. Story follows Agent 47's efforts to protect a genetically engineered girl from criminal syndicates and his former employers, the International Contract Agency, who wants to use her potential as an assassin for their own ends. This game consists of 20 missions that take place in Chicago, and the fictional town of Hope in South Dakota. Unlike its predecessors, Absolution follows linear levels divided into mini-missions which are connected to each other. Despite the linear level design, there are possibilities to make your own mayhem with the bald barcoded Agent 47. You can use pistols, assault rifles, shotguns, the classic fiber wire, bottles or steel pipe against enemies if opting for the action-oriented approach, or avoid enemies altogether, using disguises to camouflage into the environment, and only attacking the set targets. Its biggest issue is that it doesn't have a manual save function, so every screw-up may cost you a replay, but still a fun game to try. Number 4. Prototype 2. Prototype 2 is an open-world action game and the direct sequel to Prototype. A military force has quarantined a major metropolis under the guise of protecting citizens from a viral outbreak. Prototype takes place in the infected New York, where you can go wherever you wish without barriers. The protagonist is Heller, a soldier who lost his family to the virus that Mercer was spreading in the first game. A lot of powers and abilities can be used, such as the blade, claws, tendrils, shields, whip fist, disguise, biobombs, and the devastators that can be obtained by consuming certain amount of enemies. These devastators can easily wipe all the enemies around. You can use tanks and helicopters or weapons such as assault rifles and rocket launchers. Ripping off vehicle guns can also be done. There are side challenges that grant you with faster speed, more powerful attacks, more health and other attributes. The game is so frantic and crazy that makes you feel almost unstoppable, so you won't really care about the story that much. It's definitely worth to play. Number 5. Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. MGS5 is set in 1984. The story follows mercenary leader Venom Snake, as he ventures into Soviet-occupied Afghanistan, and the Angola-Zaire border region to exact revenge on the people who destroyed his forces and came close to killing him. MGS5 is an open-world stealth game with top-notch cinematography. In Snake's repertoire are binoculars, maps, variety of explosives, weapons, and stealth-based items such as cardboard boxes and decoys. You also have a prosthetic arm that can be configured in multiple ways. MGS World has bases and fortresses, forests, paths and areas controlled by the enemy, which can be traveled using horses or vehicles. Snake can call on companions such as D-Horse, D-Walker, D-Dog and Quiet. The companions' abilities and their effectiveness will depend on the player's relationship with them. The game design direction allows the player to choose in what order the story events take place by selecting missions in any order they like. This is probably one of the best AAA games you could try on a low-end PC. So that's all, guys. You can subscribe, like and leave a comment if you want to. Goodbye, and have fun.